Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
So to me, that's evidence that they're subtly communicating that women are not important, at least to the Lord.
Well, yeah. I cannot confirm or deny that at this time. The story is still going on.
So yeah, like I said, that's one of my beefs with the Bible. Apparently, it's not yours. You have your own set of beefs, but we're all just we're here because we're trying to read through it so that when people tell us like we're not really reading the Bible, or maybe we should have done a prayer at the beginning that the Holy Spirit opens our eyes and hearts to the
That's not gonna happen.
immaculate words of this holy, holy, holy book. But
Just,
once again, so far, there's nothing that's fairly convincing to me that this was influenced by a deity that had more knowledge than the people at the time.
this is bullshit. So I
And
will
there's also
continue.
that. You know what? I think I'm going to cut you a break because you definitely need to get some rest.
Yeah, but I would like to finish the chapter. So we can
Wait, you
do
want to do a
chapter.
third chapter?
I would. Let's just plow through this.
Okay, I mean, I'm up for it. So, let's do it. Genesis chapter 6. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, and that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, but for that also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. Okay, this is where I got the giant stuff. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto, whoa, sorry. I'm sorry, let me compose myself.
Please.
Sorry. Where was I? Oh, sorry. Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and all the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of God. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. And Noah begot 3 sons,
See,
Shem,
it
Ham.
doesn't mean that you died because he's walking with God.
So I think you're right. I was thinking that when I was reading it, but apparently walking with God means you're
Walking with God.
not fucking up and doing what he wants you to do.
Until he becomes a drunk.
Settle down. You're getting ahead of the story. Spoilers. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God. Dang, so the earth messed up? And the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, For the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with sorry, it's just terrible. And shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit thou shalt finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee I shall establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee, and of every living thing of the flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring onto the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee for all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded, so did he. Thanks be to God.
Okay. Wow. That is wow. Cannot do what I'm trying to do here.
They keep talking about coming into stuff. I'm sorry, that's hard to read without
Wow.
Sorry, I'm obviously a very childish person.
Yeah, clearly.
But it's in they keep saying it. Come on. Surely they had to, they didn't know that's what that's going to mean in the future. Or did they mean it to mean that? It's why are we coming into so many things? Or onto?
No, I mean.
So, you know what I'm getting from this that I actually never did before? Because it basically is, it's making it seem like God really didn't like people or things or the earth. He was sort of fed up and just wanted to kill everything.
He was dissatisfied with his creation. Yeah, that happens. Why is this not letting me multitask? I'm trying to open both of these at the same time.
You doing too much. You like doing too much.
This Bible is falling apart, so I want to be able to read the Bible.
You could also just be like me and just be a regular modern person and just look it up online.
That's what I'm doing, Kat. I'm trying to multitask the apps at the same time, so I can have this open while you can still see my face.
I'm sorry for accusing you of not doing that.
But anyway, go ahead.
No, I feel like I went on for quite some time. I read and I gave my opinion. I think it's your turn to weigh in.
Again, still just seemingly. Honestly, this shit is this is pretty boring.
Listen. Oof. It takes a while sometimes to get to any action. At least in this one, God is talking to people. Or he's talking to Noah anyway. And I'm not quite even sure what Noah did that was so great. Because it sounds like God, let's see, he saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Once again, why did you give them wickedness? We're only dealing with what you gave us. Where did we get all this wickedness from? Why did you leave wickedness? Just don't do wickedness. And the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And that's the other thing too. I feel like most men's hearts aren't thinking about evil continually. They're just thinking about sex. But I think that's intentional because they want you to synonymously like equate sex with evilness.
Yeah, but you're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm just that's just my
You're
my
getting
view.
ahead of yourself. Nobody said sex was evil yet. In the
But I think
story.
it's an analogy because they're saying like his heart's own was only evil continually, but it obviously had to. I mean, I don't know. That's what I take from it, but you know, but they saying Noah found grace in the eyes of God, but it's not really saying what he did that was so great.
Yeah, I didn't understand why he just automatically became the favorite, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, maybe he was really, really good at burning animal fat on an altar.
Yeah, I don't know. This book doesn't really give you a lot of context.
Yeah, which is something you really, really need to know, like, if this is going to be a moral guide. So to me, this is one of the criticisms I kind of level at the Bible as not really being a moral or ethical guide because it's not giving you reasons for stuff. Like, things
But
are,
I mean, they still got some good lines in here every now and then.
that's not reasons though. Like, good lines. I was listening to Hit 'em Up today. That's got a lot of good lines, but it's not really how you should live your life.
Yeah, I would beg to differ, and I wouldn't use hit 'em up as a good example of that to look for moral or ethical reasoning.
I mean, that's what I just said. Like,
I
it's
know, but I'm saying like there are lines that I think we've already had, none that come to mind right now, but there are definitely lines, and I know there's definitely ones that are coming up. There are pretty good lines that you could be like, yeah, I
well, once again, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. We're just talking about what we've read so far. So with what I read so far, there's not like a lot of moral instruction other than don't piss off God because he's gonna kill you. And not just you, everyone else.
um have we got that though? Because I don't really feel like he's killed anyone yet.
No, let's see here.
Only people
Verse
who's killed people are other people so far.
verse 13. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me. Once again, the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
I mean, he's letting them know he's setting the ground rules, but also
No,
fuck
not setting the
you.
ground news. He's saying he's going to destroy them and the earth. Like for some reason the earth is fucked up too. So not just people.
But I mean, if that was the case, he should have just did that before he let all these fucking people multiply. Like
Well, that's the thing with the violence. It's
he
like,
should
well,
have did that the moment they ate the apple, and he's like, "Ah, I got to start all over." Because I mean, if anybody's ever done a project before, like when you do the first up, you kind of just clean it there. Don't get down the line of multiplication, and it's like, oh, how to do this whole problem from the beginning again.
yeah.
Like he should have just started over
Oh, you're
when he
talking about
fucked
the
up.
sunk cost fallacy.
Well, maybe that's what he was experiencing. He was like, let me see where this shit goes. And now he was like, I don't know. Maybe he was like, I'm too invested. And then finally he was like,
It's too many
I,
resources.
there's too much going on.
It's like I
Rather
can't build
not
a
doing.
second Death Star.
Yeah.
Wow. Um But I do remember a lot of discussions when I was younger about the idea of a covenant. So it sounds like, um, I think it was explained to me though that this was actually God's second covenant with man. Like technically the one he made with Adam was the first one. And
Okay.
then he listened to his wife instead of
Mhm.
the Lord and messed up the first covenant. So God had to rebuild a second covenant with Noah.
Oh, wow. That is Okay, I think actually I do remember something like that from the Bible or from school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
But I mean, what was so the second covenant was just the ark?
well, no, we haven't gotten to the ark yet. I'm saying what he's that's in verse 18.
Ah, finally got it to work. Great. All right, I don't feel like it. All right, I feel accomplished now.
Good.
All right, this Bible's getting thrown away.
But with thee I shall establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into
Yeah, I don't know why I'm frozen. Am I frozen because this is open?
it's like God telling Noah to come into an ark.
What the hell?
I think you're getting hung up on, you're getting a little distracted right now. So
I just want to be perfect at this. So
yeah,
because
well, we can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, can we?
is that from the Bible?
No, I got that from Barack Obama.
I don't feel like he made that up, but
I said
whatever.
I got it from Barack Obama. I didn't say he made it up.
Okay, fair. I mean,
That's just where I remember it from. I'm sure there's a citation needed there, but it's still good advice.
okay. Any other remarks on chapter 6?
No. I feel like this is I would be interested to hear it the way it was originally intended, like maybe an ancient Hebrew song or poem, because once
Mm-hmm.
again that would make sense of why everything's getting repeated so much, because lyrics, everything needs a hook.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even today,
So yeah,
even in the
it's
world.
just because you mentioned Shakespeare before too, because the way Shakespeare's plays were meant to be experienced, there was supposed to be like a gallery and sort of like a call response sort of thing for some of his stuff. So we don't really experience Shakespeare the way it was meant to be experienced, like because it was like a public performance sort of thing. So I mean, they're still public performances, but like it was just like a common square sort of. It wasn't this lofty thing that we make it now.
Well, that just depends. Yeah, I guess on who you're talking to.
Agreed. So for this, I don't know that we're experiencing it the way it was originally intended to be experienced. Like now it's just like when you, do you ever listen to any of like the late night news guys and when they read a transcript of something that Donald Trump has said, but like when you're listening to him, he's doing his little cadence thing, so it almost it's somewhat coherent, but when you just have a normal person reading in a normal cadence saying those things, it sounds insane.
Yeah, but that guys.
So maybe this is like that, because for me a lot of this is just kind of insane. He's later on, like when the Lord is explaining like how he wants the tabernacle built, it's very similar to how he's describing how he wants the ark built, where he's like, yeah, I want the door over here, and I want like lower second and third stories, like I really want you to like get in there. And this actually also too, have you heard of the Ark Park? I don't know if they're still open, like that was in Kentucky, where they did a real recreation of what was supposed to be
Oh
Noah's
yeah, I
Ark.
heard about that.
Yes, and they used a
That's
lot of taxpayer dollars, which was kind of a big no-no because, church state separation. So, and
is it
from what I
still up?
understand, it was not a great, huh?
Is it still like up?
I doubt it, especially after all this COVID stuff. I don't know. I'll have to look into
Well,
that. I don't
no,
want to
I'm not
misspeak.
saying is it still open, but like, is it still like up? Like,
That's
is
what
it
I
still
mean. I don't know.
structural?
No idea.
I hope not, because that was a waste of money, and I
I
would be pissed as a
mean, no matter
taxpayer.
what, I mean, the people of Kentucky are the ones who should be pissed. Like it came from
I
state
know. I mean,
taxes.
as a taxpayer, I would be pissed if
Yeah.
they made
It's the
some
kind
kind
of things that we have watchdog groups for, so that, a lot of times people just automatically, it's synonymous, like church equals good. But I'm just, for this, I just want people to be a little critical. Like things aren't automatically good because people slap a lowercase t on it.
In some people's eyes, it is.
Right. But you
Best
gotta look at
marketing
stuff to
plan ever.
know if listen, best branding. They have more branding than Coca-Cola. Like this is worldwide. So, and once again, why they get away with a lot of stuff because people are like, oh, I don't want to say anything, don't want to get God all mad again. Might be like, forget the earth and everybody on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely don't know.
At this point, I just feel like this is a little silly, and I wish we all would just. It's like, I mean, going to cosplay.
I disagree. Cosplay is amazing.
It is amazing, but you're still being a little silly dressing up like you're a child.
I don't want to inner child shame people.
I mean, I don't want to do that either, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but when you really think about it, you're an adult dressing like something. Like, it's a little silly, and so is this. Like, it's just a little silly.
Cosplayers. I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with silliness.
I'm not. There's nothing to defend, and there's nothing wrong with silliness, which is why I don't care if people believe in the Bible or not, or God or not.
Oh, I care. Like, I think believing in true things is important, and giving a lot of weight.
Because I feel like whatever.
Excuse me, you're doing that thing you said you wanted to stop doing.
Well, no, you actually were cut me off. I wasn't done, but okay. Go ahead.
I think it's important to believe true things. Like, for instance, if you, spoilers, but when you get to the end and like there's supposed to be an apocalypse and Jesus is coming back, if you don't think there's going to be a future, there's no point to plan for the future or to stop climate change. Like, there's real consequences for believing bad ideas.
I will give one point to the Bible because they did end it on a good cliffhanger. So.
No, they didn't. Yeah. We're going to get to it. Like, it's not, it really isn't.
Spoilers. Jesus ain't came back.
That's not a, I mean, okay.
That's a cliffhanger. People are still waiting.
It's the ending
for
of
season. People are still waiting for season 2.
No, we've already had season 2. We're waiting for season 3. We're waiting for the third act.
Okay,
we've already had the first Testament, Old Testament, New Testament, and then we're supposed to be waiting for the apocalypse.
Modern Testament. The Modern Testament.
I mean, people.
Or I guess what is Old Testament, New Testament, Future Testament?
Old, New, Present, Perfect.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know. It's, once again, if you really believe bad ideas, you get things like 9/11, people looting. Like, what you believe, like, to me, what people believe matters because it influences their actions.
I agree, but I also feel like if you believe in something, it's making you
wait, can you say that again? Your audio got
I
weird.
believe that if you believe in something and it's making you a better person, then who am I to tell you don't do it?
But like the stuff I'm describing does not make people better people. Like, I don't think the 9/11 attackers had that was making them better. And for people who deny
but that's an isolated incident.
It's not though. Like, that's not like acts of terrorism based on religious beliefs is not an isolated event.
Not every person who believes in that religion or any
I'm just
religion
repeating
is
what
a terrorist.
you said. You said that I didn't say that either. I'm just saying that's not an isolated event.
But it is, because not every person does it. So it's isolated to only that specific demographic.
No, you can't say that something isn't isolated because not everyone does it. No, like murder isn't an isolated event because not everyone does it. Murder's pretty common.
But it is in this particular conversation.
I'm just saying the idea that people do atrocious acts because of poor beliefs isn't uncommon.
And I agree, but for this particular conversation, it is, because if I was to take all the people that believe in Christianity or all the people that believe in I don't know, what is it? I don't want to say Muslim, because that's not the word.
Islam.
Yeah, Islam. Like, I need to see the statistics. What is the variation between all the people and the people that are terrorists or the people that are conquerors?
Okay, well, for instance, here in America, let's not even talk about things, because I can only like to speak on Islam because I'm not really in that world. But let's just stick with Christians because we're talking about the Bible. And so, for instance, evangelical Christians and also Catholics too, really big on limiting access to contraceptive care. So whether it be abortions, condoms, birth control, they go real hardcore on that because of what they're told is in this book. Now,
Right,
whether
but what is, again, I need the numbers. I need the
Well, I
percentages.
can just tell you from personal experience, like, right, let's say, for instance, right now, if you needed to have an abortion where we live, it'd be a serious problem because you may not have insurance. So it used to be you could go to Planned Parenthood, but they've closed down so many Planned Parenthoods here. There's like only, out of all the ones there used to be, there's only like one left because of all the restrictions, because they've actively been working towards restricting access to, they're saying abortion, but really it just ends up being healthcare. It's gynecological care for women. So
Right.
that's all my case. I'm not even really trying to like browbeat this. I'm just saying like what you believe matters. So if you're believing you're
I
active.
never said that that's not true.
Okay, well, let's end on that then.
Like,
What you believe matters.
okay, yeah. But I also feel like that's contextual. And I feel like you're spinning a narrative where that is true. There are also people who are believing in things and like they're not doing any of the things that you're saying. But I don't have a number
Sure.
on the
Yeah,
on
once
that either.
again, if they're believing in something that's not true and it's not causing any harm, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's just been my observation that when people believe in things that aren't true, they're not able to properly engage with reality, and it usually ends up being harmful. But these are just my observations. I do want to wrap stuff up because the longer we talk, the longer this takes to render, and then sometimes my computer doesn't want to do
All right. Well, on that note,
it.
we can call this
But yeah, I'll
night.
call this a success. Thank you for your time and your insights and your stamina, because this was the Bible is seriously a 5,000-year-old sleeping pill.
All right. Are you going to let them know what to expect next?
Oh yeah. So what's coming? Or actually, why don't I did the last time? So why don't you do the preview of
I
what's
don't know
coming
what
up?
I don't know
Well, I
what's
mean, we
coming
can
up.
do a
I've never
glimpse.
read this
Oh
before.
my gosh, I gotta pull up my thing. Hold on. Come on, give me the thing. All right. So coming up next in the Bible. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into the Noah's Ark story. Come on, 2x2.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's only like, first of all, I mean, I know we're wrapping this up, but I mean, a lot of these stories are really just like a few paragraphs.
Yeah, that's very true. And also, I'll try to have a little research done
Like,
too. I've just read about this before, that the Noah's Ark story was really just a ripoff of an old Assyrian fable about a flood story. So I'll try to get my facts together for that.
I
So
mean, Christmas is just the winter solstice.
sure. Like,
This book is just a ripoff of paganism. So, I mean, with the
once
shit.
again, like why we talked about how, they were probably polytheists. Like that's how much stuff most things start. But like I said, I need to render this video, and it takes a while. And I'm so I need to get a hard drive.
What kind of video are you making?
Well, right now, just using the Zoom. I just go ahead just in case we want to use. I mean, I don't need to get into all this right now, but yeah, this is just recording the Zoom call. But it makes an audio file and a video file.
I thought you didn't want to show your face.
I'm not. I have a way around it.
Good
right.
talk.
Good talk.
I am going to sleep.
Me too. Good night.
Good night. Peace.